Hey guys, this is McGinleykid, and today we're going to be telling a story about my crazy wrestling coach and why he got fired. So anyway, at this time I'm a freshman and football season just ended, and for those who do not know, I play football. I'm actually in love with football. But anyway, I don't know if this is just my school or other schools do it too, but wrestlers and wrestling coaches right after football season go right after football players. Like they try to recruit them so hard. I've never been recruited so hard in my life by assistant coaches and by my friends too. And eventually I give in and I'm like, you know what, a lot of my good friends are saying it's going to be a good time. You know, the coaches seem like nice people. Biggest mistake of my life. But I got tricked, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I got tricked. So yeah, so I go to one of these little lifting things. For their like off season, they have a lifting program, and I show up, and my friend sees me, and he's like, "Oh, bro, what's up?" And he's like leading me to where they're doing it and shit. And I immediately see my shoes start squeaking. I'm like, "Why is that?" And I see people running in the hallway. I was like, "Well, shit, that is why, dude. That is like sweat and humidity all on the floor, and someone's gonna bust their ass. Like, not safe at all." But what are you gonna do about it? So he's like, "Alright, I'll take you in the weight room to meet the coach." So I take my friend, I don't know, we'll call him George, and he introduces me to the head coach, who I have never met before because he doesn't work at the school like a normal coach does. He was a bartender, I believe. And the first thing I noticed about this dude is his eyes. First off, they were super white. They were like bleach white. Like bleach white. Like the whitest eyes I've ever seen. Like weirdly. And they never blinked. He did not blink at me once, and we had a whole like 3-minute conversation. And then I realized this dude's tall as hell. He's probably around like 6'2". Actually, that's not that tall, but I'm like 5'9", so don't make fun of me. But he's like 6'2", and his arms were huge. Not big, but they're lanky, you know, like long ass arms. So I'm like, okay, dude looks like a human spider. I don't know what the hell he's doing here, but the wrestlers were big, but he's actually a really good wrestler. Not gonna lie. And another thing I realized was this dude smelled like fucking weed and looked like a huge stoner. And I'm almost positive I was right about that, because he smelled like weed every practice, which is insane. It's just insane. So anyway, fast forward a little bit, and I got on thin ice with him. I'm not gonna lie, I was on really, really thin ice with the head coach, because first off, he creeped me out. I didn't want to be there. I didn't even like wrestling, you know. I just didn't like it. It wasn't for me. So I was just like, whatever. There's no point in me coming. So I wouldn't go to some practices, and then he would jump on my ass and be like, "You better be here next time." And I was like, "Fuck, okay." And at this point, I was like on the edge of quitting, but I was like, it'd be so much easier if I just finish everything out. So anyway, I was on very thin ice with him. So I had to start going to a lot of these practices, sadly. So anyway, it gets towards Thanksgiving, and obviously we're not allowed to eat Thanksgiving because hashtag cutting weight. And so our school was like on a break, and I thought wrestling would be on a break too, but apparently not. So we had 6 a.m. practices every morning of the break. Like there was no days off besides Thanksgiving itself. And but the day before and after Thanksgiving, yeah, you're practicing at 6 a.m. So I'm like, fuck, I actually have to go to these, and they're gonna suck, whatever. And every time I missed a practice, guys, not only would the coach get on my ass, but like seniors on the team would fucking roast the fuck out of me, I swear. It was not fun. So anyway, I go to one of these, no, actually, I went to all of them, but I'm pretty sure it was like towards the last one. We're actually got into wrestling, obviously, and we're like sparring. We're doing a normal practice, you know. We're live wrestling, and there's like these 2 really good kids on our team, and we're gonna call them Kevin and Ryan. Alright, so Kevin and Ryan, two of the best wrestlers on the team, they really didn't have any competition when we practiced because they just whooped their ass every time. Like, they'd whoop their opponent's ass every single time. That's not a joke. And so my coach knew this and was like, oh, well, obviously them wrestling shittier wrestlers isn't going to really help them get any better, so I should probably wrestle them. So he wrestled them, and you know, things got intense every now and then, but it never got this intense. You know, like, they would always be fast-paced wrestling. My coach would not take it easy on these guys. He knew what they were capable of, so he would push their limits very hardcore. So one day, you know, they're practicing, and you know, they're obviously sparring with each other, and also, Kevin and Ryan are not in the same weight class, so obviously they cannot wrestle each other. It just wouldn't be fair. But another thing to know about Ryan is his dad is an assistant coach at the school for wrestling. So he's there basically every day, and he just helps us out with the team. So anyway, we're going through this 6 a.m. practice, and it's terrible. It's an awful time. And so the coach gets done wrestling Kevin, and he's like, alright, Ryan, get over here. And so they start wrestling, and at this point, I'm wrestling my partner at the time, who was the same friend who actually introduced me to the coach. So we're wrestling, and, you know, we're just doing our normal stuff, constantly having to circle around for no reason, shit like that, and take shots. And all of a sudden, you hear, like, this huge body slam, and a bunch of, like, weird, like, loud noises that just weren't good to hear. If you do wrestle, you know the noises I'm talking about, like the BAM, like, right there, like, Jesus. And so we all look over, and it's Ryan, and he's like on the ground. He just got body slammed the fuck out of, or something, shit like that. I didn't actually get to see it, but that's really what I heard. He just got taken down really hard by the coach. And Ryan's dad is just watching this, and he's like, yeah, whoa, take it a little easier. Like, he's not trying to watch his son get fucking manhandled by a 40-year-old, you know? Like, he's not trying to have a 40-year-old beat up his son, which is literally what was basically happening. So we're at this point, I'm like, okay, that's just normal. Everyone's like, oh, that's normal, you know, maybe things just got too intense, so I'll just cool down and keep going. No, Ryan gets right the back fuck up, and they start going at it again, and we're just like, okay, I guess we're just going back to normal, and they do this for another, like, I'd say, like, 2 minutes, and, so, we're on a water break at this point, so we all go over to get some water, and they're still wrestling, and they're, like, really caught up in whatever the fuck they were doing, just going at each other, and if you guys know, wrestling is a lot of head fighting, and that's a lot of what they were doing. They were smashing each other's heads in, they were going hard, okay? And our school was also known to be, like, a good wrestling school, too, so I was like, fuck it, why not? And, eventually, you know, Roman starts getting really heated, starts playing a little dirty, I'm not gonna lie, with a few knees and a few kicks here and there, you know, subtle, but definitely obvious from watching. And my coach is not fucking he does not take any shit from anyone. He doesn't care if it's a fucking 10-year-old, alright? So when Roman's doing this, dude, my coach lets him get back into the neutral position, which is basically when you guys are standing across from each other, and literally, like, I wouldn't want to say, like, full out punches the fuck out of him, but he really did just punch the fuck out of him. Like, they were beating the shit out of each other at one point. And then, you know, Ryan's dad comes in, he's like, yo, what the fuck? And he starts freaking out. And everyone's like, what the hell is going on? And we look at them, and they're all, like, they're ready to fucking square up with each other. They are ready to fight. Like, Roman's not taking any more of this dude's shit. And my coach is not taking any more of Ryan's shit. So, obviously, you know, that's what happened. So, anyway, they're still, like, they're having a whole yelling match in front of the whole team, and the whole team's just watching this and entertaining. They're like, oh my god, this is kind of funny. But, yeah, my coach did not think that was funny, and he literally yelled at all of us. But, so, you know, everyone's getting, like, pretty heated. The dad's getting heated, Ryan's getting heated, the coach is getting heated, and he's like, we're not even close to finishing practice right now, and the coach is like, all right, go upstairs, we're done. And we're all like, well, shit, okay, like, I guess we're done here. I mean, I don't know, like, I guess we're good. So we all go upstairs and we're all showering, and we're all just having like a good time, you know. We're chilling, we're playing video games, and Roman walks upstairs for like 30 minutes after everyone else has already been upstairs, which is in the locker room. Upstairs is the locker room, by the way. So I'm talking to Ryan, and I'm like, dude, what happened? And he was like, coach just like got way too heated and he just flipped the shit, like. And I was just like, damn, like, I'm sorry, bro, like, because first off, he's not winning that. He wouldn't win. Like, he just would not win. My coach is an insane wrestler. He'd get his shit whooped, even in a street fight. And I'm like, yeah, bro, sorry. And he's like, no, it's cool, like, it happens. And I brush it off. I'm just like, damn, I guess that's, I haven't wrestled before, so I've never known what coaches should or shouldn't do. But, anyway, other people have been telling me how fucked up that is, and I was like, okay, maybe I want to get out of here, you know, maybe I don't want to be a part of this program, which is honestly exactly what I do. I quit the team like a week later, and I was like, you know what, I'm just not doing it, you know. It's not 100% worth my time, and it's just not my sport. I didn't enjoy it that much, so I quit. And then a few weeks later, well, actually, I quit, and then I talked to my coach, that, you know, the crazy dude, about why I quit. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude, it's not my sport. I'm more of a football guy. I tried it out, and I just didn't like it, and I didn't feel like it was really benefiting me in any way. Like, I'm not going to pursue wrestling in college or anything like that. And this dude just says, okay, get out. Like, he just kicks me out. Like, he just kicks me out before anything. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then I sent him a text saying, sorry, blah, 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 you know. And just because, like, I'm not trying to be on this dude's bad side. And he doesn't respond to the text. Like, he just does not answer. And then a week later from all this, I quit. I'm moving on with my life. I'm having a good time. I see one of my friends in the hallway. I'm like, oh, bro, what's up? And he's the same guy who introduced me to the wrestling coach. And I was like, oh, how is everything? How you guys doing? And it was like, oh, yeah, dude, like, I was like, how's the coach? And I told him the whole story about how he didn't respond. And he was like, oh, yeah, he kind of got fired. Well, he was going to get fired, but he actually resigned before he got fired. I was like, oh, shit, really? Why did he resign? And he was like, so the thing with Ryan and his dad, like, that got to the school board from Ryan's dad, and he was forced to resign, or else he would have been removed like, forcefully. So I was like, oh, shit. He was like, yeah, dude, like, that stuff's just, like, not normal and, like, not okay to be beating up on a 18-year-old kid. Or I think he was 17 at the time. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty messed up. And basically, that's the whole story. Like, they got in a fight, and that was it. Like, the dude was out. And, you know, I honestly have no regrets about quitting. And if you're watching this, go fuck yourself, you dickhead coach. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you do, hit the like button.